have some beautiful news to share with you guys. All I ask for is about 10 minutes of your time. I'm going to make this as fast as possible. This guy right here is the assistant professor at Children's National Hospital. His name is Alka Chaubey. And this is Yannick Delpool, PhD. He is the head of business development and clinical affairs EMEA at Bionano Genomics. And this is Dr. Alka Chaubey. She is the chief medical officer of Bionano Genomics. And this right here is Thomas Lehr. He is the wissenschaftliche Mitarbeiter mit akademischem Abschluss bei Universität Klinikum Jena. Okay, let me speak English. So Thomas Lehr is the research assistant with an academic degree at Jena University Hospital. Now this book, titled Cytogenomics, edited by Thomas Lehr, is very important. This was published by Academic Press. Anytime Academic Press publishes a book, you guys know it has to be something huge. According to the chief business officer of Bionano Genomics, Mr. Rishipi, he said, "This is huge recognition since this book is the primary reference source for all cytogenomics laboratories and students globally." Now, why is this super important? There is a section in this book that is entirely dedicated to optical genome mapping, and you guys know that Bionano Genomics is the leader whenever it comes to optical genome mapping, okay? And that is why Dr. Alka Chaubey and the remaining two guys helped this man to put this book together. Yannick Delpool, Alka and Dr. Alka Chaubey, and also Sven Bocklandt, as well as Alex Harste. I don't know who this guy is. So this book is dedicated to optical genome mapping. So whenever students out there in any university in the world wants to learn anything from this book, or this book is recommended by academics, it's going to be used by universities all around the world. Whenever it comes to cytogenomics and this book is being used, they are going to start to learn about optical genome mapping, which of course means they will start to learn about Bionano Genomics. Now let's take a look at the content of this book briefly, then I can show you guys another thing that I want to show you. What's going on, investors? My name is Dayo. Welcome to Frontline Investment. At the end of this video, if you enjoyed this content and you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, and of course click on the like, and of course feel free to drop a comment if you have any question to ask me. Let's get to it. But before we continue, this post was made by Cisco Trader. Shout out to you out there, Cisco brother. You are doing an amazing job. I want to remind you guys that on October 1st, we have some codes that are going to go into effect. These CPT insurance reimbursement codes will be effective October 1st, 2021. The American Medical Association has issued the following update. Now, this is a list of the codes. I'm still going to show you guys in a minute, but these are the content that are related to Bionano Genomics. Rare disease, this also rare disease. This is rare constitutional and other heritable disorders. Identification of copy number variation, insertion, deletion, translocation, blah blah blah. So these codes means Bionano Genomics is going to be earning more money. It is as simple as that, because whenever somebody like you, for example, go to your doctor that you want to check your genomes and you don't have to pay, your insurance is going to cover it. That is the purpose of all these codes, and they are very important. So this right here are the list of this code from Optum 360 degree. You guys can see it right here. These are the procedural coding customer, and these are the codes right here. If you just have to look for optical genome mapping to find anyone that is related to Bionano Genomics. So this one, for example, is related to Bionano Genomics optical genome mapping. If you go down a little bit further, this is another one right here: rare genetic disease, optical genome mapping, inversion, insertion, translocation, blah blah blah. And this is another one: rare constitutional and other heritable disorders. You can see it right here, also rare optical genome mapping. And let's see if we can find one more. I think that is all. I think that is also. This is going to come into effect 1st of October 2021. Alright guys, so you guys might be wondering, okay Dayo, how much does it cost to own this book? You guys this book cost $175 for the bundle. Print paperback cost about $248, and the ebook cost about $248. It is that expensive because this book is super important. Very expensive book, guys. If you are studying biochemistry and you want to learn more about optical genome mapping or so on and so forth, I mean, these are the kind of book you have to own. Okay, it has about 428 pages, excuse me, and of course you can see the name of the editor right here, Thomas Lehr. And let me see, so this is the description of the book, but we are going to go through that later in the next page. And this is about the author, a graduate of the Friedrich Alexander University of Erlangen, Germany. Thomas Lehr became head of the molecular cytogenetic group at the Institute of Human Genetics in Jena in 1998. He is a molecular cytogeneticist with a research interest in more than 800 publications on inherited and acquired marker and derivative chromosomes, karyotype evolution, epigenetics, including uniparental disomy, interface architecture. Oh my god, it goes on and on. So that's a little bit about the author. So now let's check out the content of the book and of course the description. Now for those of you wondering where Thomas is, this is the university in Germany. You can see how big it is. Of course, it's not only about optical genome mapping, okay? I mean, it's not only about cytogenetics or cytogenomics. They also have some other disciplines, some engineering disciplines, so on and so forth, but this is some of the buildings of the university. So in this book, the most important thing about this book is this. Look at this book description. We have high throughput approaches are central to advancing cytogenetics. You guys know that whenever you're talking about high throughput, we are talking about Bionano Genomics, because Bionano Genomics is trying to increase their throughput from 5,000 human genomes per year to about 70,000 human genomes per year during the Cytopia. Okay, that's what they want to do with Cytopia, and they are going to finish this Cytopia update towards the end of 2023. Okay, that's why you want to get in early. You don't want to wait until everything is complete, until they increase the throughput of the Sapphire device. Now if you go down, you can see the table of contents of the book. I mean, this is not only about Bionano Genomics, optical genome mapping. Okay, right here on chapter 8 is where you find next generation cytogenomics, high resolution structural variation detection by optical genome mapping. And you can see Dr. Alka Chaubey is there, Yannick Delpeux is there, Hake is also there. So of course there is also Sven Bocklandt also there, and one or two or other people that helped this guy to edit this chapter alone. And you can also see some other scientists or researchers or something like that helping him to also edit some other pages. And the good thing is Bionano Genomics is alongside with CRISPR-Cas9. If you're talking about CRISPR-Cas9, you're talking about Intelia, you're talking about CRISPR, you're talking about editors, Sangamo and so on and so forth. We are talking about DNA editing. Okay, so this book is a book that anybody in the cytogenomics world needs to own. Okay, I mean, it's for students. It's going to be all over the world. It's going to be in university. And this is sequencing approaches right here. He also talked about sequencing approaches. He spoke about molecular karyotyping and molecular cytogenetics and so on and so forth. So let's take a look at what is in this chapter right here, this chapter 8. All right guys, so this right here is chapter 8. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so that you guys can at least let me make it bigger so that you can see what the content is about. So the title says next generation cytogenomics, high resolution structural variation detection by optical genome mapping. Okay, and this is the abstract right here. I have already highlighted the important part that I believe you guys should be aware of. Okay, so this book, the author spoke about current cytogenetics workflows rely on the combination of multiple technologies, karyotyping, chromosomal, microarray, to interrogate the genome for the presence of structural variation. So what he's saying is the current methods are making use of karyotyping, chromosomal microarray, and of course FISH. And Bionano Genomics is here to combine all these three methods, these old school dinosaur methods, into one method, which of course is the Sapphire device. Okay, so he continues, he said, each approach presents its own limitation in terms of size, resolution, okay, and detection of balanced events or restriction to predefined loci of clinical interest. So he said next generation sequencing technologies have improved genetic diagnosis of disorders resulting from detection of single-nucleotide variants, SNVs, and indels, but have failed to efficiently call SV structural variations found by cytogenetic methodology. So he is saying next generation sequencing technologies has failed, okay, to do what Bionano Genomics Sapphire is able to do. It's as simple as that. Now he continues, said optical genome mapping leverages direct visualization of extremely long DNA molecules to allow for the accurate automatic identification of clinically significant balanced and unbalanced structural variations in clinical samples. Okay, now he continues, said we describe different applications of OGM for the study of complex repeat disorder, prenatal and postnatal cases, hematological malignancies, and solid tumor. And then he said, moreover, we describe how OGM accurately identifies compelling leads for patients with no genetic diagnosis based on standard of care tests, resolving unsolved cases, and shedding light on structural variations in regions inaccessible to other technologies. And he said OGM is in concordance between OGM and classical cytogenetic workflow. Of course, he said they are in concordance. And then he said with the addition of clinically relevant additional structural alterations previously missed by gold standard tests, OGM is able to detect all these things. So he concluded, he said OGM, he said taken together, OGM shows the ability to overwhelmingly replace traditional cytogenetic methodologies as well as dramatically improve sensitivity to a wide range of structural variations between SNV and larger indels. I mean, amazing. That's just what I can say in this conclusion. And this book is going to be available in universities. You guys know that this is from Science Direct. Okay, if you want to find it, you can find it on Science Direct. That's where you find all this kind of information that has to do with scientists, researchers, and so on and so forth, not YouTubers like me. So if you enjoy my content, guys, please remember to subscribe and click on the notification bell, so whenever I post a new video, you will be the first person to get the notification. You want to know what your money is doing, okay? You want to know where you are investing your money. You want to invest when something is undervalued so that you can sell it when it is valued enough or perfectly valued. Okay, so that is the purpose of my channel, to let you guys know what is going on with Bionano Genomics. In the next video, I'm going to be preparing you guys for what you should expect for next week. We're going to be looking at the fundamental analysis or some news out there, and of course technical analysis, the price action, why Bngo closed below $6 last week, what you should expect next week, and some events that may be coming up. Okay, have a wonderful day, guys. See you in the next video. I remain your boy Dio. This is Funkla Investment. Ciao ciao.